Hey y'all, I'm Heather and welcome to my channel, The Debt Free Quilter. While I'm sitting stuck in traffic with nothing better to do besides watch a bunch of trucks make a weird turn onto a highway with a very, very long uh, propeller for a extra large size windmill. No, I'm not kidding. That's actually what I'm watching right now. I figured I would tell you we are in the final stages of putting the quilt top together in this video. Yes, that's right. So, let's get to that. First things first, I have to add the rest of the length onto my rows. So I've added one side and now I'm going to flip it around and do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to have full rows ready and raring to go. And now I get to sort them into stacks so that I make sure they're in the right orientation. And we'll do some more. And of course now getting the other smaller units, finish putting them together so that I can get the smaller rows and units done. And I'm repeating the process with these flying geese units because I need everything to match up very, very nicely. Now the fun part, making our double stack units in order to start the process of putting this whole quilt together. I'm sewing these units from the middle out because I don't want any stretching, I don't want any pulling, as little as I can manage. So start in the center and work my way to the outside, flip it over and do the same thing again. And now pressing, I'm going to press these where they're nice and flat in the center. The reason they may look a little bubbly is because of the paper that's on the back side of these units still. Add heat and that paper is just going to bubble and not lay flat anymore. And you know what? That's okay because it doesn't matter. As long as that seam lays flat, it does not matter. These are just the large units. The smaller units are not quite finished yet at this point. All right, it is time to get the small units 100% put together and lined up, and then I'm gonna finish this quilt. Okay, I'm putting the small units onto the large units the same way I did by putting the large units together, starting from the middle and going out to the ends. Because there is a lot of paper in the center of this quilt right now, that is reducing drag and keeping the pieces manageable for me to be able to sew them together. And I'm going to repeat this process until I have all these units completed and sewn together. I will admit, keeping those edges straight with all that paper in the middle, keeping it from jumping around, it can be pretty difficult. And as you can see, I'm pulling paper from the seam allowances that will allow me to lay it down and finger press it flat so that I can be prepared to press it once I get all that paper off. All right, don't freak out. Not all of those accent lines match up. It's okay. They're not supposed to. Okay, I know I haven't given y'all a very good view right now, but I am putting the entirety of the quilt together at this point. And the same way I've done everything else with the rows for this quilt, I'm starting in the middle and going to the outside. But now it's time for the border. In choosing the border, I went through my options. I could have used up my scraps and made some sort of really convoluted border, and I really thought about it and actually started on it. But then I had to stop and go, is this going to be too big? And I decided that yes, it was going to be too big. So I scaled back. I went with the center color, the black batik, and chose to do a very simple border around the entirety of the quilt. And in choosing to do so, I saved my sanity, I saved my time, and now I can get working on the other couple of small aspects of this project. Some pillow shams that will be made from the same fabrics to go with it, and it's just going to save me time, effort, and mental stability. go. This is the end of this project. It came out absolutely stunning. It is roughly 95 inches across by, I would guesstimate, because I haven't got to measure, at least 112. This is a very oversized queen. It's going to have lots of nice drape on all the sides, which is honestly what I was going for. And all of this center was paper pieced, all of it. And I decided I was going to put a very extra border on here. I decided not to. I think this is enough. And I could not at all be happier with it. This is once again made with the Blue Ridge Batiks line from Moda. It's not hanging very well right this minute, but we have 5 colors or 5 prints from that line, and I'm in love with this quilt. If it didn't have a home, I'd keep it. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the process with me, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all this beautiful work come together into this wonderful final project. The next step is going off to the long armor, because unfortunately I don't have the ability to quilt it myself. So some very simple quilting, and I will post pictures once that is completed. But until then, have a great day, have a great week. Looking forward to the next project, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.